we are talking about leadership. I have 3 individuals joining me today. I don't usually have a lot of people, 3 people on my couch, but today I have them. I have Dr. Victor Osei, who is the director of the Yali Institute. Later on, he will explain what the Yali means. And then I have Elizabeth Ekwe Nyako Patterson. And for the purposes of this particular interview, we will be calling her Ekwe Nyako. And then also we have Dr. Ogechukwu. There's another one that follows, but it's a mouthful, so I'm just sticking to Dr. Ogechukwu. Welcome, gentlemen and lady.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Let me start with Dr. Osei. What is Yali?
Thank you very much for having us. Yali really stands for Young African Leaders Initiative. It's an initiative started by President Obama of the United States with the purpose of developing leadership in the youth of Africa. You may ask why leadership? Because leadership is required in every aspect of life where human endeavors aim to attain improvement or change. And so that's what this is. We train the young leaders, the young people, to be able to go out and be leaders in their communities.
Okay, that is quite interesting. Is this born out of the realization of a certain deficit in leadership in Africa?
Clearly, wherever you have a lot of problems, it's usually an indication of a lack of leadership. And this is not criticizing any one individual. However, things move forward only because people take charge, they take control, and then bring people together, influence people and affairs to make things positive rather than negative. As you know, I mean, from the wager report you just showed, that is an instance, for instance, where somebody sees this and says, no, this must change. This cannot be. And so they take the necessary steps, usually by legal means, of course, to accomplish change. And that is what leadership is about. Somebody who says things can be better. Let me be the leader to make sure that this is accomplished for the benefit of the community or society, and sometimes for the country as a whole.
Okay, interesting point there. Let me quickly go on to the other doctor here on the program this morning. And before I ask you my question, I mentioned earlier that there was another aspect of your name that I couldn't pronounce. So for those of our viewers who are watching, if you can do the entire name for us so that we can understand or know the full name.
Thank you very much. Okay, I am Dr. Ugochukwu Chidebere from Nigeria.
Okay, all right. Now, tell me about how you heard about the Yali program.
Okay, well, the Yali program, I got to hear about it through a friend, okay, that has applied before for it, although she couldn't get through the screening process, but she told me...
Is it not competitive?
Yeah, it is very competitive. I mean, we were chosen out of 14,000 participants. And
wow.
We were only...
So you have a lot of people applying for the program?
Yes, we do. We have normally in the tens of thousands, and we pick usually about 105. Okay. We cannot do more than 110.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, space reasons, facilitator reasons. We want our class sizes to be smaller.
Okay.
And therefore, that constrains how many people we can have.
Okay.
However, we're running the program 3 times a year.
Okay.
In Ghana, and then once in Nigeria. Okay. So, you know, people need to keep trying, ultimately, and probably eventually they will get through if they qualify to be leaders.
Keep trying. All right, so let's go back to you, Doc.
Okay.
You were telling me about how you got into the program.
Yes. So I had to apply. I applied and went through a series of interviews, both on the phone, both by writing, and at the end of the day, here I am. And I got an email after the scrutiny and everything that I was qualified from what I felt from the interview. So that is what brought me here, and here I am today.
Okay. Later on, I'll be asking you about what you think about the program, but let me ask Ekwe Nyako. Prior to entering this program, what did you do?
So I'm a founder of the Girls Education Initiative of Ghana, GEIG, which is a nonprofit organization that provides academic and financial support for girls, including applicants with special needs, so they could access higher education and professional opportunities. Okay.
Did you also have to apply to go through the rigorous selection process that Doc mentioned a few minutes ago?
So I've been in Ghana full-time for about 2.5 years, going on 3 now, and unlike Dr. Chidi, I was recruited. I was notified of the opportunity and I was recruited to apply. And even though I was recruited, I still went through the written application and the interview.
Okay.
Just to, I think, to vet me as someone who has leadership ability.
Okay. Now, back to you, Doc. You enter this program. What has been your impression so far?
Well, I must say it has been a very great one. It has been a very great experience. I mean, through this program, I've come to understand that the principle of leadership hasn't actually changed. Rather, what has changed is our attitudes towards leadership. And through this program, I must say that they've inculcated in us a lot of knowledge. We get to meet speakers, professors from different parts of the world, come to speak to us about leadership, come to educate us, and come to inculcate us on the ethics of leadership. It has really been very educative and wonderful.
Okay. Now, if you already been in some sort of leadership position,
yes,
given what you do, how has this helped to change some of the things that you were doing prior to entering this program?
So I think that in Ghana, a lot of times we look at that hierarchical leadership style, and I'm someone who doesn't subscribe to that. So I hope that through the theory and the practical things that we've been doing at Yali, I'm able to go back and inform my team better on how all of us could be leaders in our organization.
And how do you hope to use this program and knowledge thereof?
Immediately following this program, I planned for a 2-day professional development for my team. And I was actually talking to Dr. Said before we came on about ways and some of the things that I could adopt from here to incorporate into our workshop.
Doc, what format does the training take?
The training actually takes 5 weeks on site at GIMPA, and everything is paid for, really. So we pay for accommodations. If you're coming from Nigeria, we pay for transportation. If you're coming from even Tamale, we pay for air transportation to come. We pay, of course, for meals, and then we give you a small per diem of, I think, about $10 per day. But the training itself, the learning aspects take 5 weeks here on site. So we begin with leadership. We talk about generally what leadership means, what it does. Most people in Africa tend to see leadership as a positional thing. So we tell them, no, leadership can be anywhere. Even if you're the janitor in an organization, you can be the leader, because you're the one that says, no, we need to clean this place before the guests arrive. And you actually influence the other janitors to get it done. That is leadership. So we teach them that in week 1. Then we go into ethics. As you know, like many countries around the world, we have big issues with corruption. And corruption impedes progress. There's no two ways about it. Corruption definitely has a big negative effect on not just Ghana, but all of Africa, on the continent's ability to move forward. So week 2, we spend on ethics. And part of that, of course, we talk about corruption. Because we want them to go out and be ethical leaders, not just be chasing money or fame, but do it in an ethical manner, which is possible. And then week 3, we go into contemporary issues impacting Africa. So we talk about healthcare, we talk about using technology to solve our problems. And there are many, many problems that we have that can be solved through the use of technology. So we want these young individuals to begin to think about these things. When I go back, what can I use this for? I have this problem, how can I employ technology? Who can I network with to make this happen? So we go through all that. And then week 4, we do simulation about everything they've learned in terms of leadership. And then week 5, we do things like communication skills, because leaders need to be able to communicate. We also give them things about business etiquette, which some do, some don't, because we want them to go out and be successful. Our belief is if these individuals, in addition to the others, can actually go out and do well, whether be they entrepreneurs, be they civil society organizations like she is, or be they civil servants. If they do well, the society benefits. One of the people we have who went through earlier is an entrepreneur. He won an award for a business plan contest and is currently actually employing 5 people. So that's 5 people who have jobs now who probably did not have jobs before. So that is a direct benefit from what we're doing. And I think he's hoping
who
to
went through the Yali program.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And he's hoping to grow his business, and we hope he succeeds.
Yeah.
So more young people can be employed.
Okay. Now, Equia, do you believe that through this program, your enterprise will be more efficiently managed, especially now that you're going to be interfacing between yourself and then the society? We shouldn't forget that, yes, you have had a training, ethics of leadership, and he mentioned something that is quite popular in Africa, corruption. How do you hope to use a training that you have acquired as a leader to ethically manage your NGO, especially when you have to deal with corrupt officials?
So very much core to the Yali program is the need for mentorship. And we've been exposed to a lot of mentors who have come to us. And I hope that when I go back to Kumasi, to my team, they will start to see me as a mentor of sorts, and I could impart some of the knowledge that I've been gaining from here.
How about dealing with corrupt officials? You can't help it.
So I have a lot of experience. I have a dual perspective on everything. I grew up in the US, and so corruption there is not really entertained. And ever since I've been to Ghana, I've been trying as much as possible to implement some of those practices in my program. And whenever someone says, oh, let's do the backdoor policy, like let's go backdoor to get something done, I know that it will take time, but we would rather use the time correctly than have somebody come to us and say, oh, you didn't do that, you didn't do this. So I never want anyone to have any reason to fault me or the organization for something.
Okay. Now, Dr. Ogochukwu, when you go back to Nigeria, given this program and what you do as an eye doctor, how do you hope to use this program to impact on the people that you come into contact with?
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, through this program now, it has helped me to build on my personal ethics first. Okay, so through that, I hope to have a better way of interacting with my patients. And like I told you earlier, I also work with an NGO, so we deal with human beings every day. So by the reason of this program, I've come to learn more about leadership. I've come to learn more about ethics, personal ethics to be specific. Okay, so through that, I hope to impact better. I hope to have a better relationship with the people I deal with. I hope to make them understand what it means to be a leader. You mustn't be in an elective position. Anywhere you are, try to impact, try to show your personal ethics, and through that, people get to understand you better, people get to understand the society better.
All right, Dr. Say, what is the future of the Yali program? We all know that President Barack Obama will be exiting office very soon. When he's out of office, what is the future of the program? Actually,
that's a very good question. I believe when he's out of office, I think that's when he'll probably find more time to devote to this program. He launched the one they had in Kenya. We call them regional leadership centers, and there are 4 of them. So there's one in Kenya, one in Ghana, one in Senegal, and another in South Africa. So far, he's only been to the one in Kenya, which was a very popular visit when they launched it. I believe that he'll come to Ghana to see this one here and help us do the work that we're doing in Ghana, that he started, which was his dream. And I believe strongly that this is going to make a change in Africa, because the young people that we're training obviously will go out, and I'm hoping they stick with what we taught them. We teach them, for instance, ethics through something called ethical dilemmas, which is exactly the question you ask. So faced with this and faced with that, you have a choice to go right or to go unethical. Which would you do and why? How do you even decide which is unethical? So these are things we teach them, and I think slowly, but these young people are actually going into society and doing the right things, and people seeing them hopefully succeed. They'll begin to believe that, yes, you can do things the right way, and also sort of participate in community building, show leadership.
Okay. All right, so you believe that the exit of President Barack Obama is not going to starve the program of funds in the future? No.
Currently, we're funded for 4 years, which we've only done 1 year, come May. So even if he exits at the end of this year, we still have 3 more years to go.
Okay.
Our plan is to go more self-sustaining, In other words, we're going to start raising funds. And that's going to be easier, I think, if we can begin to show results, like these young people here. So I think Yali is going to be around for a long time. And I think it's a great gift to Africa, honestly. And I hope you can help us with publicity.
And that's precisely why we are here this morning.
Thank you.
So you've heard from the people from the Yali program. It's competitive. You have a website?
Yes, we do. It's www.yaliwestafrica.org. So let me say it again. www.yaliwestafrica.org. Currently, when you go to the website, we haven't opened the application season yet, but that's going to happen in the next few weeks. So I'll encourage every young person between the ages of 18 and 35 to visit the website frequently, and as soon as the site is open, put in the application. And pay attention to the questions on the website that you need to answer in order to qualify. We go strictly by the answers you provide, and we aim to pick people based on merit.
Thank you very much. I have been speaking to Dr. Victor Owusu, who is a
Victor
director.
Osei.
Sorry, I keep saying Victor Owusu. I think there's a popular Ghanaian politician called Victor Owusu.
Yes, actually my Victor was named after him.
So I'm not far from the tree. Dr. Victor Osei is the director of Yali. And then we also have Elizabeth Ekwenya Patterson. She is currently a participant of the program. And then Dr. Ogechukwu, the nice gentleman on the extreme left, my extreme left. He's also participating in the 2016 Yali program. It's an incubation program for leaders. We need a critical mass of leaders in Africa to turn our continent around. And I believe that Ekwenya and Dr. Ogechukwu are the future of Africa. So go onto the website and then try and enroll. It's competitive, but I trust that if you have all that it takes to get in there, you will get in. This is Good Morning Ghana. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, the show will continue.